Hi, hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to teach about the essentials of a valid contract. The first thing is two parties should be there. One person should be a person who is offering and another person should be a person who is accepting. So we should basically two parties in an agreement. That is the first most important essentials in a contract. Second is the competency to contract. When talking about competency to contract, we basically mean that the person should not be below the age of 18 years. If the person is below the age of 18 years, the contract itself is void. And it can also be said as the contract will be void ab initio. That is void from the beginning. Then we can also talk about a case in this. That is Mohar Bibi versus Dharmadash course. So where the contract made by a minor, the other person was declared as void ab initio. We'll discuss about the cases in the upcoming videos as well. Next is the lawful consideration. When we are talking about the lawful consideration and the lawful objective, lawful consideration basically means that in a contract when entered, it should not be done to commit a crime or any act which is against the public policy. If you take example of a crime like killing a person, so such kind of contract cannot be entered. So that is what is meant by lawful consideration, means contract entered should be lawful, it should be valid. That is lawful consideration. And contract to kill a person is not a lawful consideration. And when talking about lawful objective means the intention of the person who is entering into contract should be good, should have a good faith to enter into contract. Like Sham enters in contract with the Ram in order to build a house. So this is a contract entered in good faith. This is the most important thing. Then next essential is free consent. The free consent of parties is very much important. Free consent of parties are basically divided into four parts. 1. Coercion. 2. Misrepresentation. 3. Undue influence. And 4th is fraud. So when we try to explain each and everything, coercion basically means in simple terms forcing other person to enter into contract. So such type of contracts entered by force are void agreements or contracts. So example, you can also say that it is a contract entered through gunpoint. If you take him as Anil and another person name is Basham, so Anil will keep a gun over the Basham's head and say him to enter into contract to sell off his house. So this is an invalid agreement and a void agreement. I'm just taking this example only to make you understand the contract essentials properly. Just don't take the examples of killing the person seriously. If you want to write own examples, you can also write, but write it according to the relation or in a way that it is related to the topic of the essentials of the contract basically. Next, after this coercion, we can talk about fraud. So fraud is nothing but whenever a person commits an act of fraud. So here you can also take an example. Like if you take same examples like Anil, who is a blind person, and he has entered into contract with a person who has perfect sound mind. That is, his name is Basham. As I told earlier, the situation is different. That's it. Almost the same names. So what he will do is he will try to say to Anil that Anil, you are my best friend. I want you to sign on this blank sheet. Since Anil cannot see, he will sign and he will write his own terms. Basham will write his own terms, and in its terms he mentions that he is going to, Anil will sell off his house to Basham. So this is a fraudulent contract. This contract is void. Next is, in this you have undue influence. So when talking about undue influence, you are influencing the other person or the other party to enter into contract, making it void. Undue influence maybe basically most of the time it is through orally you are trying to convince the person to enter into contract. Like for example, you are if there is two parties, that is Ram and Sham. So Sham will say to Ram that Ram, you are my best friend, I want you to enter into contract. Ram will believe Sham and enter into contract. Now this is an undue influence, and this kind of contract out of undue influences will be void. Next is misrepresentation. So misrepresentations is basically nothing but a person who will misrepresent another original person. Like for example, if you see in the profession of advocacy, like now if I say, like, if advocate name is Ram, and Ram, when his clients come to Sham's office, Ram will say that Sham, that he himself is Sham, and will make him to enter into an agreement to sell off his house to other party, that is the defendant party. So this is basically misrepresentation, because Ram is Ram, and instead of Sham, no person can enter into an agreement to sell off the house, because the office belongs to Sham and not Ram. Ram cannot say that it is that he himself is Sham and make the other party to enter into an agreement and sell off the property to the third party. So these were the four things. Now the last essential is, a contract made should not be void. Basically it means that, to say in simple terms, like contract with a minor is not a valid contract, it's a void contract. Contract with a person of unsound mind. Unsound mind is a person who cannot understand the things, cannot have a basic understanding of the contract also. This kind of contract are void, have an issue, and they cannot be entered by all means. Then you also have another essentials. Sorry guys, I forgot it. Now I remembered it. So it is the capacity to contract. Capacity or competency to contract is nothing but, we are talking about the person below age of 18 years cannot enter into contract, and along with that you have the concept of unsound mind that comes under competency contract. So when talking about competency to contract, you have to also talk about unsound mind people. As I told earlier, those people who cannot understand the terms of contract, those who do not have a capacity to understand things easily, they are also called as unsound mind people. Like a sick person who cannot understand terms of contract, drunk person or alcoholic person, he cannot understand terms of contract. Such kind of contract entered will be void. That is what you should understand. Like if, for example, Anil and Bamil. Anil is an alcoholic person. Bamil asks Anil to enter into contract. Now contract entered by Anil and Bamil will become void, and this will be void ab initio. So these were the essentials of the valid contract. If anyone has any doubts or wants to make any video related to the topic of contracts, please do type in the comments. Thank you.